Hey friends, so today, this week so far is just not our week, but I am legitimately shocked. Look at our starter. This is massive. I did not see it this big. I am a couple of hours late feeding it. You can just see all of those bubbles and activity and how much has risen. So this is now the third starter we have started. The very first starter I started with used. Day 2 we're out planting garlic. Day 3 I got sick. I didn't come back until day 10. I drowned it in the meantime. We restarted a new starter. The day after, which I'll insert a clip, it was moldy. I don't know what happened. I don't know why it happened. I'd done the same thing I'd done the first time. I've done the same thing again here, but it was moldy. I'm still sick. I'm still, even right now I'm still sick, but that day as well I wasn't feeling the best. I was feeling a bit worse for wear, so I didn't really film properly, but it was moldy. I just chucked it out. I started again. I wasn't going to film day 1 for the third time in a matter of 4 days, like four videos, so I just sent myself off camera. Yesterday it wasn't moldy, that was fine. We fed it, and because this is starting the starter, I didn't take anything out. I just added 50 grams of flour and 50 grams of water. And that was day 2. We are now at day 3, so I want to mark it here. We went out earlier today. Another thing that's not going well, my car's kind of broken down. Not really, like it can drive. I can't drive it, but it can drive. I don't know, so that's an issue in itself that I have to get that looked at. So I am now relying on family for lifts and to borrow their vehicles, which I'm extremely grateful that I can rely on family. But in saying that, it is also annoying not having my own freedom, but hopefully within a week I'll get my car sorted and fixed so it's safe to drive again. But what we're going to do now is I'm going to mark this here for 3. We are going to take most of this out. We're going to take it down to 50 grams. We're going to add 50 grams of flour, 50 grams of water, and then that will start day 4. So I feel like sourdough stuff is so confusing. And apologies for the lighting. Like I said, it's kind of hungry. It should have been done a couple of hours ago. I just wasn't home. The sun's gone down. The lighting's kind of gone bad. So we'll feed it soon. So we made a starter, just 50 grams of water, 50 grams of flour. I marked it day 1 as soon as I'd done that. We added 50 grams of flour, 50 grams of water. I marked it day 2 as soon as we'd done that. But now we want to track how it's rising. So now it's day 3, it's rising. So I'm tracking it here, so that's why I've marked it. Soon we're going to discard majority of this down to 50 grams and add it, but then we're not going to mark it. We'll wait to day 4, see how it's risen. Hopefully it'll be just above day 3, and that's generally the gist we're going for. But because the sun, I am now racing with the sun, I got a small project to do outside, which I'll just take you out there and we can just do it together. Okay, so this is just now going to be a little sneak peek for the soon-to-be garden mini tour video that will be in a couple of days still. But I just need to get this water out of these trays. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So with these trays, I'm doing a bottom tray watering. So earlier, for probably the past 5 hours, I would say, I had water in the bottom of these trays, so then these little seedlings can soak it up. And it gets watered that way, rather than me tipping the water on. But we do not want them to go into the night with water in their trays. So yeah, we don't want them to go throughout the night time with water in their trays. It had to get done. I'm racing time with light. This isn't what I wanted to get done today, filming wise either. I wanted to clean out our freezers, organize our freezers and stuff like that. So everything's not to plan, but it's fine. So I guess the benefit of things not going to plan for me is you guys get a sneak peek. So as you can see, we have some alpine strawberries and we got little seedlings coming up. I only noticed them yesterday. Here we got coriander, dill and garlic chives. The coriander's doing better, the dill's doing the second best, and then the garlic chives have also only just recently came up. And we got some cos lettuce. These were the first seedlings to appear and to come up. And CTP peas is climbing telephone pole peas. I believe that's what they're called. And as you can see, especially these guys at the back are massive, and they have to come out. They definitely do need to move on. But I want to keep them in here until I do film a garden tour. So maybe I will, now I'm showing you guys a sneak peek, I might take them out. Same here with the snow peas. To be honest, I don't even know where I'm going to be planting these snow peas, but they are even bigger. Look at that as well. They have to come out because now they're just grabbing on each other You can see that here. Oop. So that's, yeah, they have to come out. And the roots, I imagine, yeah, okay, they got to come out. Here we got some silver beet. This is rainbow silver beet, so you can see you've got a yellow one, a red one, and a pink one here, and I believe 2 more pinks or possibly red, I'm not too sure. Calendula is in these 2 rows, but as you can see we did have a few that did not germinate. Baby's breath, there's another word for it, I'll pop that on the screen. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that, but we got them growing here. So we got some carnations, they're only just popping up here, and marigolds. I think we had pretty much every marigold, but there's only 3 that survived so far. The rest have kind of just dropped off. But these guys at the back here are getting a new set of leaves, like the true set of leaves, so hopefully they end up okay. And at the bottom here, there's just some rope and stuff, and we just got this tied up to the washing line just because of the winds. This isn't generally sturdy. But the bottom here we did have some spinach. They are now completely outside, they're not in this thing. But like I said, I'm not ready to film the tour video yet. What I wanted to film was my freezers. I don't have time because I didn't realise my car was going to have the issues it had. I just really wanted to get the water out of these trays and close this up for the night. This is just an eBay greenhouse cover. I don't know, Nick actually ordered it for me. This stand doesn't belong with it. We already have these shelves and stands, so he just brought the cover, and this cover is too big for it as well. I mean, we made it work. These yellow tubs are just plastic storage containers, like totes. I'm just using the lids of them to do, I don't need it for this setup. It's just purely the bottom tray watering that I want to do, or that I have been doing. And these are now, I think, about 3 weeks old, and that was my 3rd water, I believe, maybe the 4th. But yeah, there's a little sneak peek for that. We'll go inside, feed our sourdough, and to be honest, clean up the kitchen. I guess we'll just do a little cleaning segment this afternoon. Pop my dinner in the oven, clean up the kitchen. That's a morning chore, has not been done, but we can do it now. Alright, first thing first, sourdough starter, we've already marked where it is. I am generally shocked. Day 2 was not this heavy for me, or this full. And I checked it earlier as well, it wasn't like that. Anyway, we have our water here sitting at 33 degrees Celsius, which is perfect. The water temperature we want is between 30 and 35 degrees Celsius. Different bowl today, but that is okay. And our flour, again, is a wholemeal, whole wheat, unbleached, all-purpose, plain flour. And we want 50 grams. Okay, and I got a second glass here. Apparently, I'm not braving it out today. That is perfectly fine. Didn't really notice I done that, but... So, 50 grams of water. Oh, 58. Good thing I got that second glass. Now we're down to 45. Oh, 49. I don't even think none of that made the glass. Oop. 50, okay. So again, if you have been keeping up to date, this is the 50 grams of water. I'm going to tip this straight away into my 50 grams of flour. That makes sense. I can reuse this glass now. Before, when I drowned it, I used this excess water, which is a lot more. And I think I had a lot more than just that at the time. Now taking our bubbly goodness. You can just see that there. I'm very shocked with this. Wow. That's crazy. But that's okay. So we're just going to give this just a brief mix. And we want to weigh out 50 grams. It's starting to smell, yeah, it's starting to smell like that lemony smell. So that's good. So tip this in our bowl. And we're just going to mix this combined. So again, 50 grams of the whole meal, whole wheat, unbleached, all-purpose plain flour, 50 grams of water, and 50 grams of our starter. And this is going to be the exact same process we will be doing every day now for the next 7 to 14 days. We'll just see how it goes and see when it's mature enough to bake with. Because this is starting a starter, it's not an actual active mature starter. This discard here in the jar, if you do research and you are starting out like I am, you'll hear a lot about discard. We're not at that stage yet. This will get discarded, but into the trash, not to save, because it's not mature or active. That will take, people say 7 to 10 days generally. Other people wait till it's 14 days. It all depends on the Pacific water, I suppose, the Pacific flour, even how much or how little you mix it. As you can see, I kind of mix it a fair bit. The temperature is a big thing, and how hungry you let it go in between feeds. I'm trying to do it every 24 hours. But like I said, this guy, he's waited a couple more hours past that. But I'm going to discard the rest of this in a jar. Now what I want to do is rinse out this jar just to keep it nice and fresh. I'm just rinsing it out. I'm not washing it. I'm not using any detergent. This is a Sharpie, but it does wash away. I'm going to try more so leave the 3 there. And also while you're rinsing it, you want to be careful as well not to get the jar too cold or not too hot. You want it like room temperature to slightly warm. And now what we just got and what we just made will go into the jar. And there we go. There's no need to mark it. We've already marked it today because now we want to track the rising pattern. So I'll pop my lid on, and that is that done for the day. So now I'm just getting our daily, usually morning chore completed, although it is getting later in the afternoon and nighttime, like it's around dinner time now. But with not being able to use my own car and relying on a family member for a lift, it kind of shifts things out of place for our usual routine. But that is perfectly fine and okay. Like I said, I am beyond grateful that I do have family that can help me out and that I can borrow their vehicles or do whatever. So it's definitely been a great help. Now filming this voiceover, my vehicle's fine. We got that fixed. Very grateful for how quick that got sorted. Easy fix, but essentially what happened is just all of my brake lights just stopped working. I didn't know about it. I got pulled over by police. I got a warning. I got threatened a fine, but I didn't get fined, thankfully. And yeah, it was just a fuse, so easy fix, not a problem. But it just threw this day a little wacky, plus me still being a little bit sick. I'm completely fine now at the time of this voiceover, but when filming this, I was still a bit sick. And yeah, it was just a little bit of a struggle day, but we got through it and we got stuff done. Okay, so there is one more thing that we had started together, and I think it's time to see how it goes. And that is the lemons in the vinegar natural cleaner. So again, it's one of those things that I have started and I've neglected, but Nick has been looking after it. So it has to be done daily, will be best. He does do it just a few times a day, just whenever he walks past. It's just to shake it up, just so the top bits of the lemons that have been like that's floating above, and just to tip it upside down or whatever, just to get it a little bit mixed. Nothing too major. So we started this on the 17th of May. Today is the 30th, I believe. We want to go for 2 weeks. You can smell the vinegar, you can smell the lemons, but it just also generally smells like a cleaner. So that's cool. We're going to strain this and we're going to use it because my cleaner is empty. I didn't buy it back up knowing I have had this on the go. So all I'm doing here, I'm just cleaning out of my sink to start off with. I generally do this as well every single day, wash out my sink. So getting that all done before I start transferring our vinegar that's in the jar with the lemons into a clean jar, and also an old method, well not old, but the method cleaner that I've just finished, so I can spray it on the bench. I'm just repurposing that. And the rest, or the excess vinegar, because it did make quite a lot, is going into a jar. And you will see my first impressions shortly, but I can tell you now, after using it for a little bit, I love it. I absolutely love it. I need to get into the routine, and I kind of am in the routine of drying the benches. It definitely does need dried, and you'll see what I mean coming up shortly. So yeah, definitely need to dry it afterwards, but realistically that should be a thing I should probably do anyway, regardless if it's vinegar based cleaner or like a chemical based cleaner. I'm assuming chemical, I'm not too sure, like just a store-bought cleaner. But yeah, I'm not converted to just strictly like homemade cleaner, like the vinegar cleaner, but I do definitely love it and I am enjoying it. I mean, I probably won't be able to tell you straight away whether I like it or not. I would have to try a few times, but I've just sprayed it on here. This smell, it smells like a cleaner. You can smell vinegar, but I feel like, you know, it does smell like vinegar. It smells like a clean vinegar. It doesn't smell like just plain vinegar. It's not plain vinegar, but it also doesn't smell like that. So that, to me, is good. I don't know. I think doing this in proper daylight too will be more easier, but it looks clean, smells clean. I also originally didn't have this as my plan for the day either, but that's okay. These pans are fine. This is just from toast. Our toaster blew up, so we've just been making toast on the pans. We're gonna make toast tomorrow probably, so that can stay there. I am someone that does generally spray a lot, so this was the real method. This is how much I would have sprayed. I do generally also like to spray, let it sit for a little bit, but I'm just gonna wipe it off. So, and again, this always gets done, well, I wouldn't say always, it didn't get done today, in the morning generally, just not this morning, and that's okay. And dinner is freezer meal. I'm going to have the last of our, what was it? What did I make? Honey mustard chicken drumsticks with roasted veggies. So that's going to be my freezer meal for the night, my dinner for the night. Nick's going to have a curry. I think he's having a mango curry. So he made big batch curry when I was sick. He made mango curry and Thai green curry. Okay, it's picking up, but you can just see moisture. So it'll probably, I don't know, like I'm fine with it drying, but that's just moisture from, so you can see the moisture beating up on top. Same there, it's same everywhere. So it is something that will need to be dried afterwards. But you know what, I'm not going to dry it. I'll just let it air dry and we'll see if it is streaky or how it goes. I feel like I should dry it though. But for this experiment, we will just leave it. We'll just leave it. Yeah, I think we'll just leave it because we're not going to be using the stove tonight. We want the oven. Oh no, Nick will be using the stove. That's right, he won't be using it till later. Actually, I haven't noticed, it did do the same on the bench, which I do want to get that dried. Anyway, let's just continue. Pop that back up there. So yeah, I will keep you you guys up to date whether I like this or not. Oh gosh, I do have a sore on my finger and I can feel both vinegar and lemon. It's probably not good for that, but that's okay. And I'm not moving everything. This isn't a deep clean. This is just our general clean. I do like the smell. It smells nice. It does smell nice. Yeah. Alright, so that's pretty much all for today's video. I will keep you guys up to date in future videos about this cleaner. And I'm happy with our little sourdough baby. I'm very happy with how this is coming along this time. Third time is a charm. Hopefully. Fingers crossed for that. But we'll come back tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Hopefully we get some stuff checked off our to-do lists, because that is getting longer, quicker than what it's getting checked off. But I'm just going to take each day as it comes. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Again, I apologise for the lighting in this video, but we got it done. We got our starter fed. We started experimenting with a homemade natural vinegar lemon cleaner, and I give you guys a little sneak peek in the yard, so in the garden. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for me, a couple of days for you. Who knows what's going to happen. Hopefully something from the to-do list, but we'll just see. But thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys, well, yeah, in my next video, which is in a couple of days for you, tomorrow for me. I'm just repeating myself at this point, so I'm just going to go. Alright, bye.